I remember calling my best friend saying, girl, I'm negative. And she was like, well, that's good. And I said to her, but I still feel like shit. I can't go back to work this way. Like I can't get over like this feeling of like malaise. I feel like I've been run over by like 10 Mack trucks. I cannot get over this feeling. If it's negative and everything is all good, why don't I feel better? And we couldn't answer that question. And we haven't been able to ever since.
A little after Valentine's Day is when I really started to feel just not like myself. I felt as if my throat was closing up. I mean, that's now I know it to be called the COVID strangle. And I was like, am I allergic to something all of a sudden? And it was terrifying.
There was this crushing fatigue. Every moment I could get, I was closing my eyes. It was just almost like a ghost was like, okay, inhabiting my body. Okay, go to sleep. I was always going to sleep.
Woke up with a rash, chills, lost my sense of smell.
I had completely started to shut people out because I was embarrassed about being very sick. I was too weak to have phone conversations.
I lost my vision in my left eye back in April. I've had, gastro issues. I've had gynecological issues. My arm went numb for half an hour. I started to have ice pick headaches. Throw all these symptoms into a bag and pull them out each day. There could be 60, 70 of them, and you could have 4 on a Monday. By Tuesday, you'll have 20 of them. And you're like, what is my body doing? What's happening?
Over the course of 6 months, I've gone to the emergency room probably about 12 or 13 times. I can't remember who invited me to this Facebook group called the Long Haulers COVID Fighters Round 1.
I requested to join, and not long after that, I was accepted.
And so I'm reading through some of the comments and some of the threads, and these people are singing my song.
I bawled. I cried for a while.
I was just so happy to find people who were like me. I needed that.
I just remember feeling overwhelmed but yet grateful, relieved that finally this has to explain it.
Kimmy is very smart, and she and I bonded because we still to this day keep getting the same head pressure.
She was asking lots of questions about neurological things and the headaches, and it sounded really similar to my issues. And I was like,
oh girl, yes, that's me, right? And so I remember commenting on her post.
She was on a mission early on and being very open, and I appreciate that.
To sit on a Facebook platform and talk to people about shortness of breath and crazy periods and all this stuff, and you bond that way, you realize how much you actually have in common. I'm so grateful for that.
We have shared so much in that group. There's nothing that's off limits. And so while the doctors are scurrying to gather information, and there's some of them who are really trying, I can tell. They just don't have answers.
I will never give a doctor that much power and will over me ever again. Because I remember wanting so badly to believe what he was saying to me and taking what he said as if it were the Bible or law.
Not knowing what it's going to do in the future is daunting, but I have not allowed myself too many times to focus on that.
I do not know if I am developing chronic fatigue syndrome. I do not know if my brain will ever work again the way that it did before. I don't know if I'll be able to teach kids in the same capacity that I did. And if I let myself think about that for too long, that devastates me.